Hello. How's everyone? Happy Wednesday. Hey, family. What's up? Welcome, YouTube channel. Welcome, Facebook. Welcome, Twitter. And of course, last but not least, welcome, LinkedIn. While we're waiting for everybody to come into the rooms, I'd like to give a shout out to Upright Construction. We did our thing today. Anybody showed up to the VA session? By the way, really quickly, since I've got some of my early birds on, I kind of like this camera view, but this is my computer camera, so it's not like that strong. What do you think? Let me switch to my other camera, right? What about that camera view? Is this better than the other one? Bridget Bonita, what's up? Maria Martinez, Q, Jerome Hurd, thanks for your support as always. Do we like the first camera view better, or we like this camera view? And we're gonna get in some really cool stuff. I've been playing with this AI. This one's closer, right? You vote for number one? Okay. The computer camera's better? All right, cool. All right, we'll switch to computer camera. Wide angle, that one? Hmm. Okay. So, all right, we'll switch back to this camera. All right, so everybody likes the first one with the G in the background. All right, cool. Jerry Ladd, what's up, Jerry? This is your look, Jerry, this is your thing, AI. All right, Q, just let us know. We'll jump on a call. No big deal. All right. A couple things. First and foremost, welcome to our show. Thanks for supporting us. As always, let us know who you are. Tell us what you do, what city you're from. Again, tell us about your industry so we can talk to you. I always like to use my sessions to engage with the audience. I don't want to be just the one giving out information. So I definitely want to engage with those folks out there. But in order to do that, I got to know who you are and what it is that you do. So please tell me who you are, tell me what you do, tell me your industry, so that we can connect on a deeper level, right? Because again, like everything out here, what you put in is what you're going to get out. So I want to say that. How many folks out here going to the 8A conference next month? Anybody going to the 8A conference next month? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. I've got an event in LA on the 15th. So if you are in one of our programs and you have not received the email, we are doing a live event in LA on the 15th at LA Live, the Chase building. So we're doing a event with Chase, and we are doing it in honor of Black History Month. I'm bringing 6 of my podcast guests live in person on stage, and I'll be emceeing the whole thing. So if you can make it to LA on the 15th and you're not going to be over in New Orleans with 8A conference, come join us. If you need more information, ask Maria, ask our team. Here, I'll put on here the numbers to call. There's all the numbers to reach out to us and talk to us. All right. Amit, you should love this topic, right? This is your topic. All right. All my IT people. You know, it's the thing is, for me, you know, we've been using AI, and I guess I just don't really share with people what we're doing in the background. So once I created that LinkedIn post on ChatGPT, I saw people were interested. We just start, talking more about, oh, look at Marvina. We just start talking more and more about the subject and the topics. And I want to show you kind of stuff that we've been doing, what we've been playing with. And anytime there's a tool or resource that I think can help small businesses, we definitely want to share that. So again, like I said, tell us who you are, tell us what you do, and tell us the city you're from. All right. And then we'll as we do that, let me pull up my other window over here, right? And then we're going to get ready to get started with our topic of today. Cool beans. All right. Ronnie says, love the topic. It says, trying to log in, can't figure out, can't reach anyone. So there's a lot of people on here. You said you can't reach anyone. I find that hard to believe considering that we send out emails to everybody all the time. We've got a text number that you can text. We've got a number that you call and an email that you can send an email to. So Maria's on the call. Free is always on the calls. So yeah. All right. Look at that. My man says technopreneur from India. Welcome. I love it. Kenny Lewis, President of Lewis Global Holdings Logistics Services, located in Pennsylvania. Kevin Williams, greetings from All Tech Connects, VA-based company with patent AI smart cities and facilities design build solutions firm. Dang, did I bring out all the AI people tonight or what? All right. Ronnie, Columbia, South Carolina, Cyber MSP. Stephanie, Moxie Global Services Manager Consulting Firm, Atlanta. All right. So let's talk about it. Ahad says, so you think I'm lying? Doesn't feel good. Dang, Ahad, that's real personal. I don't think you're lying. I just think that you haven't exhausted all your options. So, like I said, let's jump into it today. Interesting. A few days ago, we discussed ChatGPT, and on the call where we talked about ChatGPT, a lot of people asked a lot of questions about about plagiarism and about copying and about how can you make things different or better or how do you change the words. And so, I went over a couple of the other platforms out there, and we actually walked through an example of ChatGPT. If you didn't see that, go back and watch that particular episode where we talked about ChatGPT. But nevertheless, this is ChatGPT. We're not going to go into ChatGPT. We're just going to use it as an example. And what I like to do with the audience members is for you guys to give me actual content that we can put into here. And then that way we can kind of repurpose the content and do other things with it. So for those of you who may not be with us till the end, today in particular, we're going to discuss this particular site, WordAi.com. We're going to discuss StoryLab AI. We're going to look at Designs.ai, Synthesia.io, and one more, DeepL.com. So those are the sites we're going to cover in today's topic, just as a generic overview for everybody out there. These are the ones that we're going to discuss today's conversation. So if you know about these sites, then you're free to leave. If you want to add your input, that's great. If you would like to participate, that's even better, because obviously for me, if you participate from the audience, then we are creating user-based content, not Eric-based content. And it's much better because at this point, I want to be able to do something that benefits all of those out here who are, as I appreciate spending your time with me tonight. So first and foremost, thank you for spending your Wednesday night with us. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be with us, right? Isn't that like a TV commercial? Let me just shout out a couple people that's showing up now. Jake Kraus, Skyhaven, Odessa, Texas. Remediation Electronics, small labor jobs. The link for scholarship, Florida, disabled vets. Can't find a site through reference. Yeah, Jake. So the scholarship, let me go ahead and put that on here. For those in Florida, they just reopened. Do I still have it on here? Let me see if I have their name here. Yeah, we took it down because they had ran out of funds, but they did just reopen a scholarship. Just use the number here to call someone or text us here, and then we'll connect you with the person for the scholarship. Okay. All right, Jake. Let's see. All right, Chevy Mack, MBA, Alabama, founder and CEO of Mack Leadership Academy, helping women business owners for sustainable business and team. And organizational training, facilitation, and coachings are offered. Thank you for that. All right, perfect. So let's jump into it. One other site that I forgot to mention, we're going to discuss as well. Fireflies AI. Sorry, forgot that one. All right. So let's just start off with Fireflies. Has anybody used Fireflies? Anybody ever heard of Fireflies before? We've actually been using it for our team internally. We've been using Fireflies for several months now. I want to say probably 6 months. Maria, what do you think? We've been using Fireflies. I'd have to go back and look, but probably the better part of 4 to 6 months internally. And what we do, if you've never heard of Fireflies, what we do at Fireflies is essentially once you sign up, then Fireflies acts as a note taker for all of our meetings. And so for us, what we do internally here at GovCon Giants is we actually, if you're ever on a meeting with us, you may see Fireflies jump in on a Zoom call or a Teams meeting, and then essentially it takes our notes. And so we can go back in and we no longer are taking notes internally on any of our meetings. So we're using Fireflies to do all of our note taking, and then we could go back in and essentially everyone gets an email message, and then from that we're able to essentially go back and document what we did and reflect, and then talk about the next meeting what happened. So we've been using Fireflies for a long time. Let me see if I can pull up an example. These are our upcoming meetings. Let's see what we have here. Let me see what I can pull up that's not private. But you can see here all of our meetings that we've discussed, the minutes, the duration. Well, let me see if I can pull up something that's not private that I can share with everybody out here. Secrets of GovCon Mind. All right. So here's a summary of a meeting that we had that took place. And again, I wasn't on this meeting, even though it was my name, they scheduled me. But you can see here, there was 88 questions asked. There's 52 tasks. Dates and times were mentioned. Pricing was mentioned six times. And so again, and then it goes through and you can click on all these things and get the questions, get the pricing, get the date. You could basically just sort by any of these metrics and go back and look at your notes. So again, this is great for my team because they actually, when they have these meetings, I don't have to listen to the entire meeting anymore. I just go back and I can review the notes if I care to do so. But we have it all there and we have it documented. That way no one could say, hey, you didn't discuss this, we didn't talk about that. And then also anybody that wants to go back and plan or schedule later on, we can use that. So that's one that I just threw in there because we've been using it for a long time. We found it extremely helpful for us. Here's some of the keywords that we talked about. And essentially, this just for context for everyone watching. Secrets of a GovCon Mind. That's one of my books that we've been working on that's supposed to have come out. And so I've been working on that book probably now the better part of 2 years. We've been trying to get it out, and this is our team who's handling releasing that second book. Cool. All right. So I want to show you though that was really not part of the conversation, but I just thought I'd bring it up since we are using it. So one of the things that people brought up, which I thought was really neat, which is WordAi, right? Anybody heard of WordAI.com? So WordAI, I wanted to do a real life example with folks out here. So apparently, again, if you're taking and you're pulling cot, okay, admit. So apparently, again, when we go back to like say a ChatGPT, and we put something in there for ChatGPT to write, WordAI will take and rewrite that particular article. So let's someone from the audience give me an example, and we did this last week. Give me an example of something that Like for example, if you're submitting a proposal, since we got Marvina here, we got some smart people on the call today. By the way, I'm gonna hold on. I almost forgot to do this. If you do not know Marvina Case and you're on LinkedIn, make sure to go and follow Marvina Case. She's one of my podcast guests. Make sure to go follow her, please. Okay. And then listen to her episode and you'll see why. She is actually helped my team internally, personally, me, like our GovCon Giants team. She's helped our team to be able to look at, right, how do we automate our systems and how do we not replace people, but how do we get the highest and best use of their time and put them in. If we need to automate things, we automate them as opposed to adding more people to that process. So again, listen to the episode if you've never listened to it. But we've got Marvina on the call. Make sure in LinkedIn, go and follow Marvina Case. All right, cool. Now, back to what we're talking about. So on an RFP, let's pretend like we're doing an RFP for something. And there's a question on RFP. You've got to write up. You got to do some sort of a write up. And we want to do the write up, but we don't want it to sound like AI, right? We don't want it to sound like ChatGPT because most people, as we've discussed last week, think, well, if you type it in ChatGPT, everybody's gonna have the same answers. So we want to now take and create something, an RFP response in ChatGPT, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to use that and we're going to plug it into WordAi to see if we can generate a different response. Does that make sense? Yes? No? Are you following? So give me a typical, does anyone have an RFP or anything that they're working on that we can use as a real life example? I like real life examples. Anybody have anything they're working on now we could use as a real life example? Anybody? Dun, dun, dun. If not, I mean, I'll go to my construction write-ups. That's always worked for me. Anybody have anything we want to plug in the ChatGPT to write up for you? Marvina, go ahead. Give me something. I'll let Marvina do it since everyone's so shy tonight. By the way, 50 people, make sure you hit the like button. Am I missing my comments? Everybody's quiet, Maria? Nobody's? Is it we have just silence? Do I have to play a song or something? Okay. Oh, you might capability statement. So Crystal, oh, I don't think the people from LinkedIn can write in a response. But no, Marvina wrote something in. Not a capability statement, Crystal. We're talking about if you were doing an RFP response, one of the questions they'd ask you to write to. So for me, like on a technical write-up, lab service contract. Okay. Write a example of performing a lab service contract. Is that what we're talking about, Ahad? Does that make sense? Let me see. All right, so that's a contract. We actually want it to write here. So actually, it's writing an actual contract. So we don't want to write a contract. We want it to write. So I'll do another example since people can't think of an example right now. There you go, Stephanie. Now. You're trying to put Indiana contract to send to partners. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that makes sense. All right, Stephanie, we're going to use your example. Explain your recruiting onboarding process for hiring data analysts. All right. All right, so we're going to do that. Explain your recruiting and onboarding process for hiring a data and how do you spell it? ANALYST. All right, good job. All right, so we're gonna let it. We're gonna let ChatGPT write it, and then we're going to have it rewritten. Um, So, Ahad, what you would do is, in your case, if you already have something written up, then you're going to take that written document and put it into the other AI to have it rewritten, which is what we're going to do now. By the way, just FYI, nah, never mind. I won't whine and complain. All right, Stephanie. So we have your response here. So let's copy this. Stephanie's response. And then let's go over here to WordAi. Let's paste it. And let's hit rewrite. Let's see what happens. All right. So here you are. So the uniqueness score says 87%. Can we see that as a screen good? Okay, cool. Oh, you said tell us. Right? No, I was just saying I have a headache. I've had a headache, but um, the point I was going to make was that I'm pushing through anyways, and I set this up even knowing I have a headache. So I just kind of like I was telling Brandon today, like people make so many excuses for why they can't do things, but when you make these things a habit, then you just push through it anyways. And I remember Oprah saying how many times she did shows and stuff, and she wasn't feeling well, and she still did her shows anyway. So I just that was it, Stephanie and Maria. All right, so here we are. So we took that particular chat GPT, and then we had it rewritten. So you can see right here, number one says posting job open sourcing. We open job sourcing. Number two, right? All right. Resume screening, review resumes and cover letters of all applicants to ensure they meet qualification for experience. Number two, screening resumes. All applicants are reviewed for the cover letters and resume to make sure they have the right qualification. So you see, this particular AI site literally just took and rewrote everything, and it created an entirely new document. You're welcome, Nina. Yeah, I thought this was important. So again, but as you can see here, right, the WordAi took and created an entirely new document based on the context that we got from ChatGPT. So last week when we were having this conversation, people are asking me, well, how do you make something unique? This is another AI tool that you make unique. Now, yes, it's a two-step process currently, but hey, it solves the problem of creating uniqueness. All right. Um, I want to show you one that's a little bit more fun that I work with. This particular one, I don't even know how to say it, Synthesia. I thought this was a lot more fun because I was able to actually take some of my written content and I was able to build out like these how-to videos based on my written content. And so it's really cool. I hope you can hear it. Let me see tell me if you can hear it. I watched your video today and I was wondering if you only discuss 8A certification or if you also talk about DBEs and MBE. I recently received my MBE certification and just submitted my application for my DBE certification. The reason why we discuss ADA certification is because it is the most widely used federal. Can you guys hear it? Can you hear it? Not really? Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see what I could do. Hold on. I think I could change my settings, my audio.
Certification. Even though they claim that all certifications are equal, the truth is in the numbers. Do your own research and you will see that federal agencies consistently fall short of the other designations: HubZone, Women-Owned Small Business, and Veteran-Owned Small Business. With the exception of the Veterans Administration Hospital, who because of the Kingdomware lawsuit and the rule of two do better than the averages on SDVOSB and VOSB. For the most part, the majority of contract officers and contract officer representatives know how to leverage the ADA to do sole source and set aside work. Take a look at the HubZone Council and see why they are fighting so hard to make it easier for agencies to do business with HubZone firms. No one has to do that for companies in the ADA program. DBE and MBE are state designations. The reason why I don't discuss them is they play by a different set of rules governed by each state. Since each state is different, it is hard for me to teach people on a state-by-state basis how to play the game.
Region 10 is the most dominated region by 8A firms in the entire United States. There are 12 Alaska Native corporations that control 28.9% of all 8A contracts in the entire country.
How's that? How is that? Is that cool or not? Tell me that's not super cool. Like, I literally built that in like 2 seconds. Right? So, I mean, I literally, and I'll show you how to do it, because I thought it was really, I thought it was really neat. So like literally I went here to create video. I'll show you real quick. So I went here to create video. I happen to, again, I'm working on some context anyway. So I have like a list of questions that people ask me. So here's a question that someone asked me. I'll show you. Right. So I can change. I can put Erica here. Here's a question. I paste the question. I can add a different scene, change this person. Okay. I can replace it with her and then let them essentially answer the question. Okay, and then I could change the title to whatever that's talking about. Let's see. This was talking about subcontracting. Okay, and then
I have run into the issue with government contracting that says that I must be self-performing or do a high % of the work. I prefer to do the consultant work, etc. Can you please let me know how you deal with such issues? Thank you, appreciate it. For all those companies that wish to become a prime contractor in the federal market, you cannot simply be a pass-through company, meaning that you cannot get the work and just subcontract, out the entire job. The government frowns upon companies like this. So much so that they designed rules to prevent this from happening. These rules are very clear about the percentage of work that the prime contractor must perform.
So Maria, what we're looking at is a preview. When we actually generate the video is when their mouths move. So the example that I showed you, it was already generated. So that's why their mouths are moving. This is a preview as you're building it out first. And then once it's finished built out and it's finalized and you generate the video, then the mouse will move and you'll see it like the original one. But I just want to walk through how I built that video. Now, this one is, I think Maria just put in there. Yes, Synthesia.io. All right. And Maria, by the way, is at a conference right now. She had 4 agencies speak. None of them had reached and said they had, it was the hardest to meet the hub zone requirement. So that makes sense. Now, Stephanie says, Eric, how will you use these videos? So Stephanie, right now, for the type of work that I do, I don't see myself using those videos. However, there have been proposals where I've seen requests from government offices asking them to give descriptions or provide actual video content because they were creating videos for the government, right? And so they had to use sample video design. I guess for me, Stephanie, what I'm doing is I'm just showing the power and the ability without ever knowing like where it might come in handy. I'm just showing you what's possible, right? And what we've been able to do. So I'm just showing you the gamut of things that we could use. Now, for me, personally, what do I see is as we are approaching trying to get our courses and training certified, this will be more along the way that they like to see content from like academia. So this is be more like structured academia type content in that format where you can ask questions and you can ask quizzes, and then it's more engaging, interactive, as opposed to me just teaching from a video. So yes, there you go. Maria's learned. When Eric teaches you something, you will eventually need in the future. So I just want to show you that. Now, this one, which is designs.ai, I thought this one was pretty cool. And again, I played with this one as well. Now, this one has a lot more features. This one allows you to make logos, videos, do designs, graphics. And so I played with this one as well. Let me show you what I did here. So this particular one, I made this video, Stephanie. I know. Exactly. Yes. It's perfect for adding to your courses. Correct. And Stephanie, you may end up having to create, again, one of our students, by the way, Stephanie, I don't know if you know this, but Mo and Patrick, one of our students, they actually won a contract to teach pilots. I think it was pilots. They would teach pilots. They were taking the government's training materials, putting them on iPads so that pilots can read them and learn them and take tests on them through iPads. So, okay, Jerry, I'll be happy to hear from you, Jerry, in the future. Let me know. Jerry, just reach out and we can set up a call, buddy. All right. Thanks, Jerry. By the way, follow Jerry Ladd. He's a genius. He knows all this kind of stuff. So, but yes, another tool in your toolbox. So, going back to the example, Stephanie, Mo and Patrick won a contract to take the government's like paper information and put it into training programs on iPads for the government. So this may be a way of taking like a written format that the government gives you and then putting it on their electronic formats, whatever they want, but taking their actual text and then putting it into this format. Because again, all I'm doing is copy and pasting words and it builds out these slide decks. Like this one, I didn't even build this out. I literally put the title and it put all the slides in. So look, I'll show you. How do I keep stopping?
11 questions to ask your tag 1. Can you help evaluate my company to see if we are ready to be a prime or should we start as a subcontractor first? 2. Based on my situation / level of experience, what do you think I need to be successful? 3. Can you help me with market research, not bidding? I understand that the first thing is to find a lane where we can be profitable, whether it be state, local, or federal government. 4. What area are you most experienced in? Fed, state, or local? 5. Do you have contacts in my industry that work at the state, local, or federal level? Someone that is looking to work with a growing small business? Someone who may take a chance on me as a newly certified _ fill in the blank? 6. What can I do to increase my odds for success? 7. I was told that the local cities, municipalities have projects where no one is bidding. Have you heard of anything like that? 8. I need to establish myself as a professional in this space. What meetings can I attend, organizations I can join in order to position myself as professional? 9. Which one of your clients is the most successful at contracting? Can I speak to him/her about what they did to grow their business? 10. What are some common mistakes that you see repeated over and over again amongst small businesses? 11. Can you recommend any free/low cost training that I can take to further my knowledge?
There you go. So in that particular example, all I did was put the text in there. It put the music, it put the text, and it put the images. I didn't even do any of that stuff. Now that one, I don't really like it as much as the last one. But again, I'm just presenting the tools for people to be able to use as they see fit. So I'm just going through. I also using this particular designs.ai. I created some logos. Let me see, where's it at? Oh, great. Well, I'm not signed in. Here I'm signed in. Yeah, I went through and I made, I used a logo maker tool. Looks like it signed me out. Let me see if I can sign it real quick. I used the logo maker tool to make a logo. I didn't care for it, but it wasn't bad. I mean, these things are going to get, okay, here we go. So I use it to make a tool. There you go. So the daily windup, it was, I used to make these logos. But again, these things are going to progressively get better and better. And at some point, they're going to be perfected. So I just want to share with you that particular tool because I did play with it. I liked it. I did like how it did the presentation. So I can only imagine as it gets smarter and smarter, you'll see Instagram ads, banner ads, Facebook ads, all these things. All these things took seconds to create. Nothing took minutes. Like literally this stuff was all seconds to create. So that's designs.ai. And then, hold on. This one, StoryLab AI, which is, it says it helps you write better, faster. I've already signed into an account. I haven't done anything. I wanted to, because I only paid for like the first 3 runs. So I wanted someone else to give me an idea for a topic that they want to write about. So it says write more, write better, grow faster. It generates content ideas for you, helps you along the writing process, hooks, outlines for your stories, ready-made copy for marketing purposes. Now, one of the things that Stephanie, going back to your question about how we can use this, and I love that Mandua is on here. So one of the things that we've been doing, and maybe you guys notice it, maybe you haven't noticed it, I'm having all of my team, Stephanie, create articles on LinkedIn with different subject lines. So for example, you're going to start seeing Erica talk about grant writing. You're going to start seeing Free discuss supplier diversity. Anna's discussing business finance. And I'm going to be talking about marketing. So what's happening is, Stephanie, I'm getting my entire team to increase their presence on social profiles, right? And the reason why I have Mandua up here, because he was able to, I don't know if you've seen him lately. If you haven't, follow him. But he's been creating posts on LinkedIn, and as a result, he's generated some leads and interest, and it's got people reaching out to him for help in growing their businesses. Additionally, I spoke to one of our students, Mike Cantavi, and Mike, he had it in August, about an $800,000 month. Well, I posted that month on him for a win. He told me after that, he did a 900K month, a 1.2 month, and a 1.4 month, and ended up the year at $5 million. So one of the things that I want all of you to do is start becoming thought leaders and experts in your domain. And so, Stephanie, one of the ways that we can use some of these tools is by becoming, creating more intentional, purposeful content that you're sharing, so then people know to turn to you for that expertise, that domain expertise. So I know that's a long-winded question, but when I saw Mandua's name up there, look what he said. Very true. All right. So, and I've told everyone that before. Thanks, by the way, for following me on YouTube and subscribing. However, everyone needs to have a LinkedIn presence. Everyone needs to be active on there. I personally do not go to people's websites anymore. I check and verify everybody on LinkedIn first. I have no idea I don't even go to your website because I don't really care. All right. Someone says 6 essential marketing campaigns you need to scale your business. All right. So let's try it. It says enter topic, and then it says enter description of product or service. So topic, we're going to do 6 essential marketing campaigns. Marketing campaigns to scale your business. It says enter description of product, service, or company. Let's put social media marketing company. So, by the way, I've never done this, so I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so it says learn how to, let me make this bigger. All right, now this one, remember, it generates blog outlines, blog title ideas, Instagram captions, Google headlines, content ideas, Facebook copies, YouTube titles, YouTube descriptions, email subject lines, blog intros. So here, this one spit out, learn how to plan, create, and manage successful social media marketing strategies that grow your business. A step-by-step guide with tips from successful entrepreneurs. Product number 3, improving online presence. A comprehensive guide to creating a winning social media marketing campaign. A step-by-step guide on how to create a successful and effective social media marketing campaign for your business. And then number 3, a how-to guide for launching a successful social media marketing campaign, tips, steps, and strategies to reach your business goals. Product number 3, financial planning services. What do you think? Correct, Stephanie. What do you think, Lion Imagery? Not bad? By the way, 49 people, make sure to give us a thumbs up. That's pretty cool, right? Anybody else want to try it before we move on to the our final AI app for the night? Anybody else has anything else they want to plug in here and try? Come on. The beautiful thing about all this stuff, right? And you go, Eric, why are you telling us all this stuff? If you look at my article that I posted on LinkedIn today, right? For me, and I'll just pull it up real quick, right? So for me, where is it at? If you look at this article, the first thing on here, all right, is number one, people are still lazy. It doesn't matter that I give people all these tools and tell them to do all this stuff. People in general are still lazy. So I'm not afraid of sharing this stuff because you still have to do it. Like, you still have to do it. So it's not going to do it for you. Even something as simple as typing it in a computer, someone still has to type it in the computer. So I'm not I guess the bottom line is, at the end of the day, and in that article I discussed this, right? We all know, right, that we need to do more marketing, lead generation, right? That's how we're going to increase sales for our business. But we still don't do these things. So for me to share this with you, it doesn't bother me because you still have to be intentional. You still have to show up and you still have to do it. Even if it's just as easy as typing it into the computer. You still have to come on here, log in, type it in the computer and get the response and then do something with that information. So do not sit back and create an obstacle for yourself and saying, well, Eric, everybody's going to go do this now. And, that's not the case. Everyone's not going to do everything. And that article I discussed, right? People know the importance of, again, back in the Web 1.0 days, writing blog posts. People never did that. People know that YouTube videos drive leads. People still don't make YouTube videos. People know that Twitter is a great source of, they still don't use Twitter, right? So just the majority of people want to be entertained, right? And so with that said, if you decide to use these tools that I give you, that we're sharing, that I'm learning, and implement them in ways to grow and build your businesses, then you're going to be ahead of everybody else. So don't say, well, Eric told everybody about this. So what? It doesn't matter that everybody knows about this stuff because 99.9% of people are not going to do anything with it. So don't get in your own way, get out your way, and let's talk about it. So let's see. The top 20 leadership challenges are hindering business growth. All right. By the way, let's do this. I got an even better one. Let's start here. Let's start in ChatGPT, right? And work our way down. And then we're going to close out with the last app that I haven't touched yet. So let's just start our way through all of the apps. So we're going to go through ChatGPT. Then we're going to rewrite it. Then we're going to have it create some product lines for it. And then we'll have it rewritten again a third time. Is that fair? All right. And then we're going to make a video about it. Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah. Let's do that. All right. So the top 20 leadership challenges that are hindering business growth. The top 20, forgot whatever. Top 20 leadership challenges that are hindering business growth. Oh, let me reset my ChatGPT. Thank you, ChatGPT, for restoring it. All right. Top 20 challenges that are hindering business growth. And here we go. So one of the things that I've learned, there you go, Stephanie, correct. Just like everybody knows what to eat, drink, water, work out, all that stuff, they ain't doing anyways. All right, so now it gave us the top 20 challenges here, right? Let's go over here. Plug it in here. Let's rewrite it. And WordAi. Okay. So we took it, we plugged it in ChatGPT. We rewrote it in WordAi. So now we got different content, right? We're going to take it and we're going to make it a video. Who y'all want? Okay. Okay. So now we just made it a video. All right. You can actually literally make your logo for it. We're not going to do that. That takes a long time. We won't create. Let me see if I can make a logo. Business. Icon. Academy. Rain. Trust. Overcoming business challenges. I like yellows. Okay. All right. There's a logo. Academy Brain Trust, Overcoming Business Challenges. All right. And then let's give it some ideas. Right. Overcoming business challenges. And we are what product we want to sell? Course helping small businesses. All right. A blog post outlining 5 tips for small business to overcome common challenges such as cash flow marketing, step-by-step guide to overcoming business challenges, strategy tips for experienced small business owners, 10 resources to overcome business challenges, a blog featuring business experts sharing their tips and resources how to tackle businesses. And then the last one, before I get on to you guys, this one takes something that was written and it writes it clearly and precisely. So if you've got challenges with writing things, I'll just take something that I've written here. I'll take one of my things that I've written here in the past. English American. And so it rewrites it using like proper grammar and proper word choice. So, all right. Boom. How's that? How is that? Oh, by the way, let's go back and hear our little AI Let's go back and hear it.
Lack of capital or funding to expand operations. Difficulty in acquiring and retaining customers. Competition from larger, established companies. Difficulty in differentiating products or services from competitors. Inadequate marketing and advertising efforts. Lack of access to skilled labor or talent. Limited scalability of business model. Difficulty in adapting to technological changes. Inadequate infrastructure or supply chain logistics. Lack of clear direction or strategy for growth. Difficulty in accessing new markets or geographical areas. Inadequate processes or systems for managing and analyzing data. Difficulty in managing and motivating employees. Inadequate intellectual property protection. Difficulty in managing and controlling costs.
Let me tell you, technology is cool, right? Yeah, again, these are just a couple of tools that we use, a couple of tools that that I've seen, and like I said, for us, right, top 20 challenges that hinder SMB growth. Maria, just for me, when we go ahead and save the video and it finishes, that's when you'll see like the voices move. So no, I hope everybody's brains are like spinning around and around, right? And I hope that, you know, again, when you're out there and you're looking at, right, maybe opportunities, maybe you can take on some of these other projects that you didn't consider before because you have access to tools that are widely available, and frankly, they're pretty cheap, right? It's pretty inexpensive to do this stuff. So I think, again, like I said, at the most fundamental levels, right, we can help it with writing content for any of our stuff, right? Capability statement. Someone asked about resumes. Yes, it'll rewrite your resume for you. It'll help you with your grammar, your punctuation, all those things that I know people struggled with, right? And so that's obviously the most basic level of what can be done. But then as we start to explore other possibilities, and there's some more advanced stuff that I didn't get into, like there's a ChatGPT for Google Docs, which is like programming ChatGPT through Google Docs. But I think that, again, we'll just do baby steps, right? We'll do baby steps for now. So again, I hope everyone liked this. I hope everyone starts creating content and to grow, scale your business, to market your company, to talk about what it is that you do and what you're good at and what you're great at. Because again, for me, when I'm looking at who I want to do business with, like I said, I'm going to be looking at those kind of things. And so if I see that you're a thought leader in your particular market, or you have domain expertise, then clearly I'm going to want to partner with you. And so if I'm thinking that way, so are your customers, your clients, and future partners. So again, yes, the veteran program has reopened, but it's only for those companies in Florida and Texas. So it's only for companies in Florida and Texas. All right. All right. I hope you enjoyed this chat. I thought it was worthwhile. I do have some really good stuff coming up in the future. I do have someone who won some corporate contracts with Amazon. I've been trying to get her on a live session. She says she can't come on until next month. So we're going to be bringing her on, she went to the WeBank conference, too many W's. She went to the WeBank conference and I met her there. And she went on to tell me about her story of how that conference led to her winning contracts with Amazon. And then I have two of my younger students that are winning contracts with DLA through DIBS. And I'm going to bring them on as well to talk about that. So again, just lining up all these people to come on and share what they're doing, share their success as well. So, just I want to keep all the ideas flowing. I want to allow you to have a community where you feel comfortable sharing and growing and developing. By the way, that reminds me of something. Hold on. It actually reminds me of something. Hold on. One of the things that I learned, we're going to talk about this. I know it's the end of the video, and probably all the people that are watching on a replay won't make it to this section. But for all of you 55 people that are here with me today, how many people have heard of the book Atomic Habits? Probably most of us have heard of the book Atomic Habits. I was listening to a podcast this morning with Tim Ferriss, and my TV went on in the background. So I ain't gonna do like what you call it, like Trump Jr. show y'all my password on the screen. But nevertheless, I was listening to the podcast with Tim Ferriss and the guy from Atomic Habits book, and there was a couple things that he mentioned, and I definitely want people to have this as a takeaway, because I think it's really important in what we're doing here with GovCon Giants, GovCon EDU, all of our platforms. Is it says a couple questions to ask yourself, and they're not in any particular order, but definitely Maria or somebody, can you just rewrite them into the chat so people can have them? The first question is, can my current habits carry me to my desired future outcome? Right? So can my current habits carry me to my desired outcome? So that's a question for you to ask yourself. Number two, does the amount of attention I'm giving this match its importance? All right. Does the amount of attention I'm giving this match its importance? I think that's a great question to ask yourself. Am I working on things that fill me with energy or drain me of energy? All right. Am I working on things that fill me with energy or drain me with energy? Number four question, what am I optimizing for? Money, freedom, creativity, output. And one of the things that he said, that question, the answer changes depending upon what stages you are in your life. I can tell you for myself, at one point, I was optimizing for money, and then I changed it and I started optimizing for freedom of my time. And then at some point in my career, I was optimizing for creativity. And then the next thing, which I thought was a super, super, super important question, was how can I look at around and structure my physical and my social environments so that's natural that I move in the direction of my desired outcome? How can I look around and structure my physical and my social environment so it's natural that I move in the direction of my desired outcome? And I think that is, again, for all of us. And so the example they gave is, if Stephanie talked about people going to the gym and working out and exercising, but if you take your gym clothes and they're tucked away in a box that's under your bed or in the back of the closet, and they're not easily accessible to get to them, then that makes it, not an easy task for you to go and exercise and work out. But if you take and you lay out your gym clothes and you put them like by your front door, and you put them out already the day before and they're prepped up, well, when you wake up in the morning, it's very easy for you to grab them, put them on, and just walk out the door. So I thought that was those questions I found were really useful for me, and I shared this with my internal team, and I thought I would share it with you guys as well. And then the other thing that to talk about is that we don't rise to the level of our goals; we fall to the level of our systems. And essentially it says we fall to the level of our training. So you can have the biggest goals in the world, but if your training doesn't match, we typically fall down to the level of our training. So again, who's the type of person you wish to become? Prove it to yourself with small wins. Find ways to reinforce your identity by showing up. Accumulate actions that support your identity. So I just thought I would share that because when we're talking about like me showing up today, and we discussed some of the other things that we talked about in this chat, getting your LinkedIn profiles, creating content, becoming an expertise in your domain, owning that space, right? All these things, they're not easy to do. None of this stuff is easy to do. Yes, the tools make it easier for us to do them now because we don't have to do as much research. However, even having all the tools, right, you still, like they said, I can't do your push-ups for you. So it doesn't matter if I do 50 push-ups a day, 100 push-ups a day, that won't help you. So again, I hope that we left you with good spirits and good thoughts. And like I said, again, if you need help from anybody from my team, email, text, whatever, just beat us down. We're not going anywhere. We're not hiding from anybody. So again, even with my own internal team, I had an email today that went to junk mail, and it's my team member's email. So maybe your email ended up in junk, ended up in spam. But yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're here to support. I'm not hiding from anybody and anybody. I don't owe anybody money. So like I said, we're here. Let me know if you need any help. We're here to support you. Thanks so much. Reach out to us on all socials. Good night.